Thank you, class. Now I want to present the strategy and the uncertainty. Our group is group 4. And my name is Johannes, and Dani, Andrew, Edi, Andri, Ramadi Bagus, dan Andre Octavian Fauzan Lubis. This is our CEO. Okay, we are talking about the strategy under uncertainty. The last team already explained about the decision making of uncertainty, and now we are trying to how we can strategy in under uncertainty. Why we need a strategy? Of course, as a company, we need a strategy to pursue growth opportunities, to sustainability, and to dominate, maybe to dominate the market share and so on, and to be a market leader and everything. But the point is, we need a strategy to make sure about our future. We need a strategy to make sure that we have a bright future in the depending on our condition now. We do know that the environment cannot be cannot be unpredictable. Sometimes the environment goes to unpredictable situation. Okay. So, for the stable business environment, we just need a traditional analytic tool to make a strategy. What is a traditional analytic tool? Like in this journal, it's talking about market research, value chain analysis, assessment of rival, and so on. How about if we are operating in uncertainty environment? To get a better future, we need a good strategy based on the appropriate analysis. There is, you know, that Kodak is leader on analog photograph business. But the leader at the time underestimating the uncertainty. They already have digital photography, but because of the president do not want to launch the digital photography, they die. So if we understand uncertainty, can lead manager to choose inappropriate strategies and would make impact will have no ability to adapt. And in the worst case, would bring a disaster, like COVID. So using the right tools to read the future will enable manager to avoid disaster strategies. Will avoid what you call maybe collapse, something like that. So strategy is understanding uncertainty. Of course, we have to know what kind of uncertainty that we deal with or we face on. There are 4 levels of uncertainty. It is level 1 is great enough future. Level 2 alternative future. Level 3 range of features, and level 4 true uncertainty. To explain this uncertainty, my friend Andri will explain you in detail. Please, Andri.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Good afternoon, everyone. I will try to more elaborate about uncertainty what we face. The first is level 1. I think it's very clear now that at this level, managers can develop a single forecast of what will be happen in the future. In other words, the residual uncertainty, or what we call what we still can manage by us, the residual uncertainty, is not relevant for this kind of situation. This is the example. When first Lion Air come with LCC, Garuda will be facing this kind of uncertainty. Garuda can respond with low cost service of its own, and it finally does with the CityLink, or should give to Lion Air. Should it cheap with low cost dish, give it to Lion Air. Or Garuda can compete aggressively to get rid of Lion from the business of airline. I think the strategy is more clear in this particular situation. This is the level 1 of uncertainty. And this is another example. There is a school district facing that they have to generate the forecast of what the number of the students will be attending to the school for the next 3 years. So they can planning about the infrastructure, they can plan about how many teachers will they have to be hired, etc. This is more clearer in this particular situation. Now, this is getting complicated. The level 2 uncertainty is talk about variable or more chances of what will be happening in the future. Future can be defined as one of a few alternative outcomes. As in the picture, there will be 3 outcomes of the situation. What will happen? It depends on our analysis, but still can be analyzed by us. In example, in 1995, the US deregulated the business of telephone. The local telephone is deregulated. So a lot of what we call long distance telephone providers can enter the local competition in the telephone operation. There's still a lot of possibilities can happen when and we are a long distance telephone enter the market of local, but we still can analyze what if the number 1 consequences will be happen. What if the number 2 consequences will happen, and what the third consequences? This still can be managed by us. This is another example of level 2 uncertainty. As we know that in the next future, short future, the American will have a presidential election. And as you know, the FDA is the agent of the government. So it depends on which party will win the American election. It will drive what the FDA regulation will be in the next future. So as we are a pharmaceutical company, we can predict if the Republic wins, and then what? If the Democratic wins, then what? This is a kind of uncertainty level and level 2. Now this is getting more complex than the second. This is a range of futures. In this particular situation, the alternative is blurred, but still we can see the range of possibilities that can happen. The example is one of a European consumer goods company is trying to enter the Indian market. So they have to study the culture, they have to study the behavior. There's a lot of more variables to be counted, but still in this situation, we still can manage the variables. As you see by the research, the market research says that the market research only says broad, around 10 to 30% we can penetrate the market. But what will happen is between the 10 and the 30. And the strategy will be different. If the market we're going to penetrate the 10% and the 30%, it will be completely different. But still, we can manage. We can try to analyze the situation. This is another 3 example. When the first internet business opens, there are so many variety of business scheme that we can develop. No one knows what will blossom, but we can still analyze. Now, this is the final level of uncertainty, the true ambiguity. This is so many variables interacting that we cannot predict what will happen in the future. The example is when USSR or Union Soviet break down into so many countries, and the companies considering making major entry in this Communist Russia in 1992. They are political, they are economical, they are a lot of variables to be covered, and no one knows what will happen in terms of regulation, in terms of supply, in terms of the. So there's so many things can happen in this kind of situation. That's why it is very hard to compete. But don't be worried. This kind of situation is quite rare. Along with time, this kind of situation will transform into third level or second level. Okay, for the next slide will be taken by Advanced Andri. Thank you, Andri. So this is another Andri. Okay, like explained before, we need to identify correctly what situation are we now, in what level of uncertainty we are facing today. Because different level will have different analysis. And also, different analysis will give different strategy. Like Pandit said, most of the company strategy table is in level 2 and level 3. Because level 1 is not exist anymore, and level 4 is rare and not a long time to shift into the second or third level. And then, as we know, this is each level, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. I try to make the table to show you about what are the analytic tools can be done, can be used to analyze the level of uncertainty and then to generate the strategy. For level 1, I think I will not explain more because this is a very traditional analysis. It's like SWOT analysis, 5-4 quarter, and so on. We already know about that. And also the objective is only one objective. Like the US, the Garuda, any other company will cannot compete the service of the Garuda. So the only factor is only price. So it's very easy to anticipate. In level 2, still there is a discrete option, but it is still difficult to predict. Like I try to draw this. Okay. Like you see, we need to identify the group of scenario, and then in this level 2, there may be about only 2 or 3 alternatives. And so, for the US long carrier telephone, you can see if the regulation will go or no go. Okay, and then if they go, when? Is it still on time or is it immediately? So we need to predict by doing the decision analysis. And then we do the game theory if we already choose one alternative. And then we need to closely see how it goes, how it implement. Because if there is another change happen, so the strategy will obsolete, and then we need to change to another strategy. In the level 3, range of future, you can see that the graphic is like this. Why it become like this? Because there's not only 1 and 2 options, but there is a lot of options. Like in the case India, you said that it is about the high one is the 30%, and this is 10% of the market penetration. So all we can do is we have to do the scenario planning. So we limit them. We limit in the about, maybe you can divide it by 5% or something like 10%. It will give you more accurate strategy. And then if you already do the limitation of alternative scenario and then develop a set of scenario of which is the most probable. If we say that the most probable is about 25 to 30, so we just focus on this one. But be careful, we need to closely see the trigger of this, because anything can happen to make the shifting to another range. So still it's not the exact scenario, the exact number valuation, but is it still in the range? But it's still helping. How about the level 4? When the true ambiguity happens, it's dark. So what the company will blind about what to do. So we cannot do the quantitative analysis, but all we can do is the qualitative analysis. We can do it by do the analogous scenario, analogous analysis, like in the case about the socket. Yeah, about the socket. Maybe the company will analog the condition with the disintegration of Yugoslavia. Maybe. So what they believe is the most important. What they believe is the most important, because there are very rare information. So all you have to do is have the good instinct. Good instinct it's not only just a prediction, but need to have the more experienced company, the incumbent company. But already said, but this level 4 is not longer to happen. Then if anything has set, and then you go to the level 2 or 2. Okay, next slide about the postures will explain by Betty.
Second Andre. After we knew about the level, the 4 level of uncertainty, and then also about the level to analyze that level, we have to understand that there are 3 strategic postures. The first is shaping, shaping, adapting, and then trying to plan. Shape the future, it means the company play a leadership role in establishing how the industry operates. It means just creating new opportunity in the future, such as setting standard or maybe creating a new demand. Secondly, adapting the future, we include speed, agility, and flexibility in recognizing and capturing opportunity in the existing market. Just like the current industry structure, the company follow the industry structure. and wait and see until react when the opportunities come. Basically, to me, adapt the future. And the third is reserve the right to play. Invest sufficiently to stay in the game, but avoid premature commitment. Between company involved incremental investment. Today, to put the company in a privileged position, and then until the company feel that less uncertainty. I mean, the reserve the right to play. After we know about the three posture of strategy, we have to know how to action, or we call it moves. There are three moves, portfolio of action. The first is no regrets moves, option, and big bets. What is the no regret moves? It means strategic decisions that have positive payoff in any scenario. This just that move, just like on the action that will pay off no matter what happens. The company will calculate the scenario and how the scenario first, second, and third give added value. It means just move, no negative moves. And second is option. Decision that yield a significant positive payoff in some outcomes and a small negative effect in others. This move is designed to secure the big payoff while minimizing the losses. This just like enter the company, choose or this is make decision to joint venture, bikin perusahaan patungan, merger, and the third is big bet. This kind of the portfolio action. Focus positive strategies with payoff in one or more scenarios, but negative effect in others. It's large commitment, large payoff in some scenario, but and large losses in others. It's just like acquisition. It's like acquisition is one of portfolio action. And the next strategy level of strategy will explain Mr. Bruce.
Thank you, Pak Adi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. I'm not trying to explain because I'm still confused with this. So, how to deal with the four level of the uncertainty? So, we need to step by step move. First, we need to describe or understand what the level of uncertainty. Level 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then after the first step, we choose the strategic posture. We go to either sub or to the sub 2. And then the third is to choose the portfolio action. You choose no regret move, big bet, or option. And the fourth step is to maintain all of the strategy. So I'm not mentioning the fourth step because will be explained next. So how we face the level 1 of uncertainty? Most of the company using adapt strategy and using the portfolio action of no regret move. They using the adapt strategy because they need to get the competitive advantage compared to the competitor. So they only make innovation in product or improvement in system, but not radically or fundamentally change the market. So what's the example of this case? In this case, when there is a war of price war, so all of the company will focus on how to efficient the production. And then they get the competitive advantage compared to another industry, but not fundamentally change the market. But sometimes, some company, especially the leader company, the market leader, using the same strategy, and then they use the portfolio action of big bets. Why? Because they want to make the level of uncertainty in the all of the market become higher to kill the competitor. So, if the company can change the market demand, can change the market, so the competitor will be entering to the uncertainty, but this company will be enter to the certain market. Let's see, when a government decide to convert from the kerosene to the LPG, 3 kilogram LPG. The government faced that the cost of the kerosene production is very high, and then they need to subsidize that. And then the government, because they have enough power, they have enough money, they invest big on producing the 3 kilogram LPG. So for the government, they create a new market for LPG. But for the supplier of the kerosene material, producer get the higher level of uncertainty. So this is how most of the company facing the level 1 of uncertainty. And then how the company or from facing the level 2. Level 2, the company must be using the SIP strategy. It's different between when the company leader of the market shape the market to the more uncertainty. In this case, the company shape the market to be more certain, to be to the situation that really they favor of that. And of course, because they shape the market, so they have to do the big bet. So they put big investment and so on. The example of this case is in the high investment industry. In the high investment industry, they actually facing the problem with economic of scale. They have to produce so many products, and then they can sell it into the reasonable price. Because when they produce only a few products, not quite big, it's not economic. It's not getting the economic scale. But because of every company do that, so there is a risk that the market will be flooding by the product, and then will be decrease the price because the oversupply. So actually, in this situation, sometimes like Pak Edi said, they do the cooperation. Sometimes they measure or they join production to protect that the market will not flooding by the product and will protect the prices still in the profitability level. And then, but some of the company using the reserve price to play and using the portfolio action option. Let's see one of our customer. They have two options: using a natural gas, which is cheap but cannot be stored. It's a problem of reliability. Or choosing the oil or diesel solar is quietly high, expensive, but can be stored. It's about reliability. And then they try to deal the situation with the investment, not so big, but a little investment to their machine, so their machine can be used, use the dual fuel, can use the natural gas or can use the oil or solar. So sometimes the company in the level of uncertainty level 2 use the reserve right to play. And then for the level 3 and 4 will be presented by Om Andrew.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hello Andrew. Hi Andrew. If Andrew has explained that is how Europeans consumer good related to India. Why not China? You want to? It's too far. Remember last week? What Jimmy said? China is too far. Mexico near next to. In that case, there's a race of future. So company have two options to penetrate the two strategy to their strategy. First is mostly using research right to play. Some company invest sufficient volume because they need to stabilize their position. But the other company will have more information or if they knew about the opportunity, they took shape strategy. They make new trend to facing this uncertainty. Another uncertainty is level 4, like is Russia. There's no law or there's no regulation about economic law or other perspective. Mostly company using the same strategy because every company didn't know what's the condition of their business. This strategy more stable and move the condition from level 4 to level 2 or 3. And some company using reserve right to play, but this strategy have risk because the company from level 4 is going to move to level 2 or 3. Okay, there's only 4 in this uncertainty. Do you know who will get the Nobel for the uncertainty strategy? Because you only learn 4 uncertainty. It's come from Indonesia. Her name is Maichi because he created 10 levels of uncertainty. This is why we will get the Nobel Prize.
Okay, Maichi.
Maichi said that. Okay, so for the uncertainty with this process, it is not a duck anymore, like you said. It is not blind. But if we do the 4th step, identify the nature and extent of residual acceptance, choose a strategy posture, and build a portfolio of action, and actively manage the strategy, which means we have to monitor the strategy, we have to evaluate the strategy, and we have to find more what the company do, and what is the market situation, and so on. And with this, I think we can survive for the future.
Okay.
That is for our class.
One question. Choose only one.
Sorry.
I am planning, so this term is very interesting for me. And my understanding about the 4 level of uncertainty, this 4 level have the correlation with time frame. level have correlation with time frame. See the condition 1 year, next 1 year is at level 1. Maybe next 5 years at level 2, and the condition more than 5 years going to be at level 3 and level 4. And at PGN right now, we have such kind of planning. We plan our infrastructure within the period 1 to the next 5 years. But actually, at your last slide, you said that to face with this uncertainty, we have to identify the information. And would you please show your last slide? Yes, identify the nature and explain the residual uncertainties. But as a planning, sometimes it is very hard for us to identify the nature. So what we do is make assumption. Like the input of our process in planning is we have to identify our market situation and our demand and our supply. And the level of confidence of this information is very far, it's very high, very rough data. So we make assumption. My question is, it is possible for us, or it is common, or it is nice, or it is true that if in planning we identify the activity to assumption. And my second question is, if we facing the strategy from level 3, if we have problem with level 3 of uncertainty, what if the strategy is just waiting until we have clear condition? I mean, we cannot see what will happen on the next 5 years, and the strategy is make a planning, like you said, make planning with any scenario, but there is no action. We just wait until the clear condition is clear enough.
So, how about we plan? What we planning in the uncertainty condition? In my assumption that we already understand about ourselves. Am I correct? Because we are the industry leader. So, if we don't know about the business, so no one knows. So we are still in the leader position. So as a leader position, I just believe that we can create the certain thing for us. Maybe uncertain condition for but we believe that we are the leader of the industry. So I think we can and we can push the market into our favor condition.
So if we don't know, you mean that if we don't know the condition for the next 5 years and we make a assumption, is it okay because no one else also know about the condition?
I think because we are I think we have to pretty confident about that.
All right. Thank you.
The second one.
The second one.
Okay, for the second question, like we can go to the slide here, the level 3. You can use the supply to play, which is the safe player, right? Or we can do the big bets. So it's option for you. You can choose any of this strategy, any of these moves, but any moves have certain risk. If you wait, wait and see. Maybe another will do. Another will do the move. So we will be the follower. So I think we once more we need to define and we need to analyze what any risk will happen of each move, so we can determine the move of the portfolio action in the right way. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I didn't know there is a journal called Strategy Under Uncertainty. But what I know, from 5-10 years ago, what we call is a business scenario. With that kind of scenario, we can set up a business strategy, right? For example, we are using the traditional tool. Remember, you mentioned traditional tool. PESTEL, political, economic, social. Correct?